Now let's bring in Dr. Frank Conteseca. Dr. Conteseca is with us this morning. The problem here seems to be that the tests won't arrive for 2 weeks and maybe longer. Will we have passed the peak Omicron by then?
Well, good morning, Stuart, and nice to be back with you today. And I agree with what Laura just said. I think it's going to be too little too late. The CDC data is already showing that we've probably peaked and are starting to withdraw a little bit in the numbers. Here in New York State, we are rapidly starting to decrease week over week. The last week, we're about 30-something% lower in new cases. So I do think it's going to be a little bit too little too late. Particularly, I think a lot of people also over-test a little bit when they're asymptomatic. So yeah. I'd like people to test when they're symptomatic.
That's a problem, isn't it? If everybody's got a free test at home and everybody takes these free tests, there's going to be a spike in positive results, I would have thought, and therefore a spike in the number of people who've got to withdraw from work and stay in quarantine. I could see that as a problem.
I do think that's going to be a problem, Stuart, because, first of all, there's also false positives with these tests. The common cold is a coronavirus and can cause false positives on these tests. So I agree with that. I think there might be a lot of false positives.
Okay. The World Health Organization says Omicron will not be the last COVID variant. But as we go through these variants, if there's another one, will it be weaker? I mean, we had COVID-19, we had Delta, and now we've got Omicron. The strength seems to be declining. Do you expect that declining strength to continue?
I do. If history and evolution holds, then yes, we can expect the future variants to continue to diminish in their virulence and the severity of disease that they cause. To say, don't relax yet. This may not be the last one. Well, of course it's not going to be the last one. It's like saying the last earthquake in California is going to be the last earthquake. We can expect possible earthquakes. Of course we can expect new variants, but they should be milder and milder. That's the way evolution works. It never ceases to amaze me how, as soon as people get just a grain of hope, the media and the fear porn industry leap and say, oh, no, not so fast. Don't relax yet. And I don't want people to relax. But I do want people to be calm and have confidence that I think things are going to get better. I think we're already peaking with Omicron, and I really do expect things to get better this year. So be hopeful.
Okay. Tell me about brain fog. Most of the doctors who've appeared on this program, I've asked about brain fog because I've had COVID and I got brain fog. I think it's gone, although some of our viewers may be convinced that I've still got brain fog. Have you treated patients for COVID and have they reported brain fog? What kind of symptoms are they reporting?
Well, I treat a great number of COVID patients. And matter of fact, yesterday I had a young patient in her 40s, healthy, who is complaining of brain fog. You see memory issues. Yep. She's complaining that she's forgetting simple things, even certain relatives' names. She had COVID about 2 weeks ago. I do usually see that it resolves after a couple of weeks. People who are prone to this, and there doesn't seem to be a risk factor. It's not people who are older or people who are sicker. It's kind of random. So people who do, fall victim to this, I usually see it resolve within a few weeks.
It was the worst thing that happened to me during the COVID period, apart from the boredom of being in quarantine. Doctor, thank you very much for being with us. Always a pleasure. We'll see you again soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Stuart.